Welcome to The Book of Life, a show about Jewish books, music, film, and web. I'm Heidi Estrin. The Book of Life is a podcast service of the Feldman Library at Congregation B'nai Israel in Boca Raton, Florida. Additional support comes from the Association of Jewish Libraries. Instead of our usual introductory music today, you're listening to the theme song of Shalom Sesame, a program that combines elements of the American TV show Sesame Street with elements of its Israeli counterpart, Rehov Sumsum. Shalom Sesame was created in the 80s, but has just been updated for the 21st century. I'm excited to share with you this interview with Veronica Wulff, Director of Global Production at Sesame Workshop.
You know, I've been a fan of Sesame Street my entire life, so I'm just really geeking out right now to talk to anybody at Sesame Workshop. You know,
that's great.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Veronica, Rehov Sumsum is an Israeli version of Sesame Street, and it's one of many international versions of the show. Can you talk a little bit about Sesame Street's international program in general and about Rehov Sumsum in particular?
Sure. So Sesame Street, we have over 120 programs around the world.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And they're local adaptations. So we focus on what is important and relevant to the children in the given countries. Very much like what Sesame Street has done here. What's important here is getting ready for school. Mm-hmm. And, you know, in different countries, there are other issues that are of concern to the children and families there. For Rehov Sumsum, our focus has been mutual respect and understanding and conflict resolution. Mm-hmm. We have a local team in the States working with a team in Israel or the other countries, whatever countries we're working with, and we share production. We'll give them director's training and puppeteer training, puppet workshops, writers' workshops. We'll have a content seminar which sets the tone for the whole season and what the programs are going to be about. You know, there's a lot of conversations around what the characters are going to do, who they are, what they're going to be, and how we're going to carry out our mission through these characters and stories.
Okay. Now, Shalom Sesame is sort of an in-between. It's not a national program of any one country. It's sort of a mix between Sesame Street and Rehov Sumsum. Can you explain more about what Shalom Sesame is?
Sure. Well, Shalom Sesame, it's a brand new DVD series brought to you by Sesame Workshop, and it's comprised of 12 half-hour programs. And the series is intended for families and children of all ages, really. And it's introducing the Jewish culture and values, traditions, holidays, you know, Hebrew literacy, and basically the vitality and diversity of Israeli life. And what's unique about this series is that we have our Sesame Street furry pal Grover going all the way to Israel, mm-hmm. where he meets a host of other Muppets and people and learns for himself, for the first time going to Israel, all about these things, all about the Jewish culture.
How did you choose Grover to be the lead character for Shalom Sesame?
Grover's our global character. He travels the world. We have a series called Global Grover where he goes all around the world and learns about their local customs and traditions.
Okay, so whenever you're going to send an American Muppet internationally, Grover's your man.
He is. And he's also a very funny character, and I think kids can really relate to him. And, you know, he really lightens the mood and can make you laugh.
Absolutely. I love Grover.
Yeah, you learn a lot through laughing, and you remember it well, you know?
Mm-hmm. Are there other ethnic groups that have these programs that are sort of a bridge for diaspora people like Chinese Americans or Greek Americans, or are there other similar programs? I'm getting the impression that Shalom Sesame is unique in terms of helping one particular ethnic group to appreciate its heritage. Is that true, or are there versions for other ethnic groups?
I would say that's true, that it is unique in that way, and I think it's meant for everyone. I think it's everyone who's interested in the Jewish culture and just learning more about it.
So this is making me wonder, where did the original idea come from to do Shalom Sesame, since it is kind of unique?
I'm not sure. I think it probably came from working on Rehov Sumsum, and they saw that there was a need where they wanted to reach the diaspora, and out came this program, which was a hybrid of revamped material, using the cast there and the set with elements from the U.S. show as well.
Shalom Sesame originally began in the 80s. Why revamp Shalom Sesame now?
Well, I think, it's a different audience today. There are different ways we could reach the audience. It's, multi-platformed. It's not only television anymore. We can reach children through digital media, through mobile, through the web, through outreach materials. There's so many different ways. So I think that's one big reason. And I think, this is a program from the 80s. We thought to just give it a fresh look and revamp it a little bit. What's also great about this series is that we have a strong celebrity presence. We have clips from Deborah Messing, Jake Gyllenhaal, Greg Kinnear, Debbie Mazur, Cedric the Entertainer, and we also have a guest star, Annalisa Vanderpool, who's from That's So Raven, various other movies and theatrical plays. It's also her first time in Israel, so we're experiencing it through her personal journey as well as Israeli celebrities like Mira Awad and Akinoam Mini and Matisyahu. And I think that's a wonderful draw for parents, to see recognizable celebrities on this series.
I don't know where this thought just came from. I guess because of thinking about Grover. Do you ever have Muppets or characters from one Sesame Street visit another one?
We've done Grover, of course. On Shalom Sesame we have Grover going to Israel, but we also did recently Oscar the Grouch visiting Sesame Tree in Northern Ireland. We've always talked about even doing like a big giant Grouch convention.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be a lot of fun. There's been a lot of talks about doing something like that.
Oh, that would be great.
I would love to see it come to fruition.
And then you could just, I guess, dub it into all of the languages or something so everybody could understand it.
Exactly.
All right. So the new version of Shalom Sesame, is a 12 DVD set, right? And it's coming out in December?
Actually, we released the first two on October 5th on home video, Welcome to Israel and Hanukkah, The Missing Menorah. The remaining 10 titles are going to be distributed throughout 2011, like 2 or 3 at a time. And hopefully at the end of 2011, we'll be releasing a box set. And on December 1st, the week of, we're going to be airing on local PBS stations Hanukkah, The Missing Menorah.
Oh, wonderful. So that was my other question. Are these mainly for people to watch at home on their own DVDs, or is the series going to be broadcast?
The intention is for it to be released on DVD, but there will be Hanukkah airing on PBS, and hopefully we can get a couple of others as well. For instance, like Passover, putting it on around the Passover season.
Okay.
And the Shalom Sesame website will launch on December 1st, and that's filled with videos and games and activities for children and parents and educators and caregivers. ShalomSesame.org.
All right, wonderful. Well, Veronica Wulff, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Oh, thank you.
There are so many ways to connect with the Book of Life. Fan us at facebook.com/Book of Life Podcast. Follow us at twitter.com/Book of Life Pod. Email us at bookoflifepodcast@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 561-206-2473. You can also listen to the latest episode by phone at 916-313-3820. And, of course, find links to everything at bookoflifepodcast.com. The Book of Life is a podcast service of the Feldman Library at Congregation B'nai Israel in Boca Raton, Florida at cbiboca.org and is supported in part by the Association of Jewish Libraries at jewishlibraries.org. Our background music is provided by the Freilach Makers Klezmer String Band at freilachmakers.com. Thanks for listening, and happy reading.